The following podcast contains alcohol-enhanced conversations about alcohol, as well as a potential for discussions about topics of dubious, disturbing, possibly offensive, but usually hilarious interest. The opinions stated herein are solely of the persons making them, and any endorsement of these opinions by any other party is not implied. Foul language is likely, but intolerant viewpoints are not. Listener intoxication is advised. Hello and welcome to episode 75 of the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Ed.
And it's been so stupid hot recently that we're putting the serious whiskey talk aside. And for this summer's cocktail episode, we'll be cooling down by mixing up some frozen drinks made with whiskey. And in joining us on this frigid foray into blended beverages is actually a bit of an odd pair. Well, they're not odd. The pairing is odd. First, we have one half of the duo known as the Whiskey Chicks, Paula.
Hey.
And also one half of the duo known as the Whiskey Power Couple, Marty.
I miss my wife.
Aww. Yeah, Rachel, the other half of the Whiskey Power Couple.
So do we.
Let's drink.
And her cookies.
Yeah, now let's drink.
Happy birthday, Leah.
Oh, and it's Leah's birthday, the other half of the Whiskey Chicks.
The day we're recording this, yes.
Yeah, so henceforth, Paula and Marty, we'll be referring to you as half and half in this
All right.
episode.
I love it.
Also, we'll be testing everybody's knowledge in a new frozen whiskey cocktails Quizkey tournament.
I think that's an honor of Marty.
Yeah.
Right.
But before we get to all the brain-freezing fun, Ed's here, as always, to catalog the collection of cold and creamy concoctions that we'll be carefully consuming tonight.
Right. Well, Scott's going to give us a short history of blended and frozen cocktails, right?
Yeah, it's very short,
Very short. Barely worth mentioning, but I have.
but I'm going to.
So round one, we're going to have what we call a Manhattan Slushie. It's going to be rye whiskey, orange juice, sweet vermouth, cherry liqueur, and orange bitters. Round two will be a strawberry lemonade, frozen whiskey sour, again rye whiskey, strawberries, lemon juice, and simple syrup. Round three will be high on the hog, maple finished bourbon, ginger ale, dry vermouth, maple syrup, and bacon. And then the final round, kind of like typical summer dessert type thing, the divine Oreo bourbon shake, bourbon, vanilla ice cream, half and half, not you two. And then cocoa powder and Oreos.
That's right.
And Scott's going to give us a short history of blended and frozen cocktails.
Yes, I am. This is from an article posted at liqueur.com, an abridged history of blenders and bars by J. Gentile. When chemist Stephen Poplawski patented the modern blender in 1922, little did he know that he'd be changing the course of cocktail history. Blended drinks are actually thought to have originated in Cuba during Prohibition because it was one of the closest places that Americans could go to drink legally. And one of those Americans was none other than Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, yeah.
Who helped popularize the frozen daiquiris that were being mixed up at the iconic Havana bar El Floridita by legendary owner and bartender Constantino Ribalagua Vert, the so-called cocktail king of Cuba, who's thought to have mixed more than 10 million daiquiris in his 40 years behind the bar.
That's complete fake news. That's impossible.
Goals. That is goals.
I love it.
Goals. Yet blenders weren't widely used for mixology until 1937 with the invention of the Miracle Mixer by Fred Waring, band leader of the popular Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. Remember those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Fred Waring.
Yeah, they could really swing.
Still in use today, Waring's blender made it easier for bars to quickly make multiple drinks. And one such bar that was making such drinks was Southern California's iconic Don the Beachcomber, where a young man named Ernest Gant is widely credited with having invented blended tiki drinks, which he served to locals and celebrities alike, including his friend Charlie Chaplin. I'm just name dropping here.
Sure.
However, it wasn't until that famous frozen pineapple coconut drink called the Pina Colada emerged from Puerto Rico in the early 1950s that blended drinks hit their zenith and held it throughout the late 1960s. But with the introduction of store-bought margarita mixes in the early 1970s, everything went to hell. The cheap ready-made liquids led to blended drinks becoming synonymous with poor quality and being disdained by the cocktail world. But frozen cocktails would make a comeback in the late 1990s and early 2000s when bartenders began reviving classic cocktail culture, which also coincided with the beginning of the whiskey boom. So it was only a matter of time before the two would be combined. Today, with all manner of slushy drinks being made with all manner of spirits in homes, bars, and restaurants across America, blended good, and frozen cocktails are now so popular that they can and often do outsell even craft beer. As Ryan Rogers, owner of Feast Barbecue in Louisville, Kentucky, says of his famous frozen bourbon drink, there's a perception that when you talk about bourbon, people get all high and mighty about it, but throw it in a slushy machine with some ginger ale and nobody complains about it anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So when did this all start? What year? Was it?
37 when it became more mainstream.
Yeah.
I think about this, right? Now, ice. Like, where were they getting their ice back in those days?
Right.
And I go to Rhinebeck once in a while. I got a relative up there. And there's pictures up there. There was a place where they used to chop the ice up on the river and they send it on down to New York City. And I wonder, we're talking Puerto Rico. We're talking Cuba.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
how did they get ice?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about that.
The Puerto Rico one was until the 50s.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right that during Prohibition, but that was blended drinks, not necessarily frozen drinks, so they can kind of overlap.
Okay.
There's drinks you blend, and there's frozen drinks, and then there's blended frozen drinks.
Right.
And we have all manner of these tonight.
Even back in the 1800s, there's, long ships getting their hull filled with ice packed in sawdust from the Arctic and brought down to Europe and, the northeastern cities of America as well.
New York City got it, they would take it from the frozen lakes in Canada and shuttle it down the Hudson River and then chop it up, as Marty, you were saying.
Right. If you have enough ice, the ice kind of sustains itself.
Yeah.
Because it creates...
It's its own insulator.
But it's
almost.
always fascinated me that there's ice companies from the 1800s before electricity. Like, I don't know how you had ice companies before the advent of electricity. It's still...
amazing.
I mean, even on the honeymooners, they had an ice box, right?
Yeah, they did.
So that you basically just had a box, like a cooler, and they would come and give you a block of ice, which you could still buy in stores.
Yeah.
The tongs. Like, I remember...
The giant tongs. They would carry these giant
the ice
blocks of
tongs,
ice.
and they would carry them up and stick them in the back of the ice box. Every day, they would drop off a block of ice to you.
Yeah.
For the whole city of New York, that seems to be like a lot of blocks of ice.
A lot.
I also wonder where you get, all the eggs to give everybody in New York City an omelet, right? That's 8 million people.
It's a lot of chickens.
Yeah, and so you figure that's, you're talking about somewhere around 16 to 20 million eggs a day. Yeah. And evidently have enough left over to make egg creams. Yeah. Which technically doesn't really have egg in it, just so you know, but still. I mean, that doesn't count the eggs to bake stuff and bread and all the bagels.
I know.
They have egg bagels.
You're worked up about it.
I'm just saying, where are the 35 million chickens at?
I don't know.
It's like, if you drive outside of New York like an hour, is this just like fields of chicken?
Chicken farms everywhere.
And it's like the sky is just full of hawks and eagles and falcons just feasting on chickens.
Oh my God.
Well, listen, we never promised you that every tangent would be funny.
That was an egg tangent brought to you by Ed.
Right.
But now we will call Ed Egg.
Wow. You're being extra right now. Eggman's my favorite character from the old Batman, I think.
Yeah, the old Batman.
Oh, Vincent Price.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
I'm going to kill you in an excruciating way, Batman. And we're off the rails. Let's go.
That's right. So the first cocktail, we're doing the Manhattan Slushie.
So the Manhattan being my favorite cocktail, I think that I drink the most. I'm really interested to see how this develops.
It's funny. I was talking earlier. I never, that I could think of, had a frozen bourbon or a rye drink. So this will be very interesting.
I think I agree. I think it's always been exclusively rum for me, Marty.
Yep, me too. Rum. I made a few things with vodka and, of course, tequila. Tequila's a good mixer.
But I don't think I've ever had a frozen one. It certainly could be.
So growing up, I do remember my family, parents, of course, they would have bourbon slushes. And so in the summertime, they'd break out the Tupperware out of the freezer and they would just scrape it off. And it had this, just the way that it split and slivered. And it was
like we're seeing right here.
Absolutely. It looks just like it.
Yeah. Scott spooning each one individually.
Let's get the play-by-play.
He's got it out of the freezer where we pre-made it. He's scooping it out of a freezer Ziploc bag.
It's very classy.
If they want to throw some money, it's the Hefty company. Hefty freezer bags. When you're freezing more than one, Hefty. Maybe if I just pretend I have a lot of big-time sponsors, other sponsors will want in. I'd like to thank Dodge for our cars. I'm just kidding. Dodge doesn't even exist anymore.
Thank you.
Dodge Colt. Used to have one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells amazing.
It smells like a Manhattan.
So I got this from feedfeed.com. Per drink, 2 ounces of bullet rye, 1.5 ounces of orange juice, 3/4 ounce of sweet vermouth. I used Koki. 1/4 ounce of Luxardo maraschino liqueur, 2 Luxardo cherries, 2 dashes of orange bitters, and a cup of ice. I blended all that together last night and then put it in that Ziploc bag to put it in the freezer because that's what the direction said. I guess that makes it slushier.
Right. And there's enough alcohol to keep it from freezing completely, right?
Exactly.
And you can see the bits of cherry through it. And it smells like a Manhattan. And let's take a sip.
Tastes exactly like a Manhattan.
It tastes like a Manhattan.
I thought it was going to be a little weaker, maybe a little watered down.
I thought so, too.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I would have thought an extra half ounce of whiskey to counter the orange juice, but no, it's all right.
It is very orangey, but it's also very cherry. And I can see what they did here because I think they were probably worried about it maybe being a little watered down. So they amped up the orange flavors with orange juice and amped up the cherry flavors with the cherry liqueur and dropping actual Luxardo cherries into it.
This is delicious.
So refreshing, yeah.
It's pretty good.
This is one of the best things I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it.
I am definitely enjoying it. I do like how it just breaks up and it's just so good.
But it's still a Manhattan.
Is it bringing back memories? Scooping them out of the freezer.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Tupperware container and you just shaved it off with the spoon.
This was
And
your parents doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a definite elevated bourbon
I
slush.
feel like if it melts halfway, it's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just ice cold Manhattan. I don't know. We never put orange juice in a regular Manhattan. Now I'm thinking,
Yeah, I don't particularly like orange juice that much. I find it a little too acidic and too sweet, but it absolutely works here. I thought it was going to be too orangey. I'm like, I don't like these proportions. Maybe I should change it. I was like, no. This is all about, you saw it somewhere on the internet and you're trying it.
so I have to tell you, I think the right choice that you made here was the Koki being more of a bitter vermouth. That bitter finish is showing up at the very end, and I do think it's balancing the orange juice sweetness and the liqueur.
Yeah, totally agree. This was delicious.
Definitely tell it's high alcohol content. I mean, again, I thought we wouldn't have that kind of feel or taste or whatever. It's
yeah, you can taste the booze in it.
yeah, big time. Yeah.
So sometimes you can trust the internet.
Yeah.
The best thing to ever come out of Prohibition.
Where's the tip jar?
Just throw the money at me.
I'm pouring a little coalition in.
Yeah, pour a little coalition in it.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you going to do it? Oh,
do it,
he's going to do it. The coalition.
Are we in the wormhole or we're not?
We're in the wormhole,
Okay.
yeah. You'll hear coalition. Might be next month.
Yeah, so it did nothing to improve it. In fact, it ruined it.
Did it ruin it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's still whiskey, so it didn't ruin it,
Right.
it, but the magic's gone from your cocktail.
That's a shame. Well, while we sip the rest of this, we're going to do round one of Quizkey.
Yeah.
Pick a name and then I should see you. Chick. Paula is Chick.
Can't think of a name right now.
Aaliyah Stalker.
Oh, she was here, absolutely.
I'm sure she'll listen to it. Empty?
Yeah. Those are my initials. MT.
Oh, I see. The first and middle. Frozen. Ed is Frozen.
Yeah.
Very original.
Don't make a big deal, Scott. Let it go. Let it go. Just play your stupid game.
You totally set me up.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
You guys are genius.
Okay, buzz in. Can you buzz in? Frozen Empty Chick is how it came up.
Frozen empty chick. There we go.
All right, so this is Quizkey Frozen Whiskey Edition. Just quickly do the rules. If you chime in first and get it right, you get 100 points. If you chime in second and get it right, you get 50 points. If you chime in third and get it right, you get 25. But if you get it wrong, negative 25. Everyone understand? Everyone there?
Got it.
All right, here we go. Frozen things is the category. Question number 1. The soft, rich, creamy frozen dessert known as gelato was created in what is now Italy sometime in the 16th century. What is the English translation of the word gelato? Is it A, soft, B, rich, C, creamy, or D, frozen? Frozen.
D.
Frozen? That's the correct answer. Because Ed's name is Frozen, so that's why I kept saying Frozen. I wasn't stuck. I didn't have a stroke. That is absolutely correct. Nice. Ed gets 100 points. Question number 2. In 1991, the naturally mummified remains of a man nicknamed Ötzi, the Iceman, who lived around 3200 BCE, was found frozen on the mountainous border between which two alpine nations? Was it A, Germany and Switzerland, B, Switzerland and Italy, C, Italy and Australia, or D, Austria and Hungary? Frozen.
B.
Switzerland, Italy? That is incorrect. Chick.
I'm going to go D now.
Austria and Hungary? That is incorrect. Marty?
I will go A.
Germany and Switzerland is also incorrect. And Marty gets negative 25. It's Italy and Austria.
I have a reason why nobody picked that, Scott.
Why?
Because you
Dead.
misspoke Australia.
I thought he
Australia.
said Australia.
Oh, did I say Australia?
This is why in the airport. Yes.
So I was thinking you just gave us a throwaway answer
Exactly. That's
we know
exactly why I
Australia.
didn't pick it. I was like,
That's like-
Australia
Okay,
does
all right.
not.
But it's too late.
No, it's too late, but Marty should not get negative for
Oh,
that.
see, if I knew that, I would have kept my mouth shut.
No.
No.
I messed it up by saying Australia.
Yeah.
It's Italy and Austria.
I really thought you'd give us a throwaway one.
I
'Cause-
really,
Oh, that's
I was like,
hilarious.
but then when you came
It's
back
not
with
Australia.
Austria for the last one, I'm like, oh, maybe he meant to say Austria. there.
right, and when you had said it, and I was just like, oh, I need a replay on that because I swore I heard Australia.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. All right. Question number 3. In Kurt Vonnegut's 1963 novel Cat's Cradle, there is a dangerous substance known as Ice 9, which when it comes in contact with water, causes it to crystallize instantly. Ice 9 is actually based on real physics in that there are many types of ice, which are all referred to by the numbered order in which they were discovered. How many different types of ice are there? Is it A, 11, B, 14, C, 17, or D, 20? Frozen again.
C, 17.
C17 is incorrect.
I said it really confidently.
You did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you get 1 point for confidence.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ed wins the whole thing by 1 point. MT,
I'll go D.
D, 20. That is the correct answer. So Marty gets 50 points. Ed's pouring more. Ed's pouring more out of
It's
the bag.
really good now. It's all
It's all liquidy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question number 4. Despite Antarctica,
as opposed to Uncle Antarctica.
Uncle Antarctica.
And by the way, the hell with everybody at home. You try to make a joke off the top of your head every minute. Go ahead.
I liked it, actually. Good. Yeah. Despite Uncle Antarctica being almost completely covered in sometimes miles-thick glaciers and sea ice, 7 countries claim at least some portion of its frozen territory. At 6 million square kilometers and 42% of the continent, which country's claim is the largest? Is it A, Argentina, B, Australia, and I really mean Australia this time, C, Chile, or D, Norway? MT.
Argentina.
Argentina is incorrect. I teased you there. I almost said it wrong. Yeah. Frozen.
Chili.
Chile is also incorrect. Now, Paula, you don't have to answer because you could get negative points if you get it wrong, but you have Australia and Norway. Do you want to guess?
I do not.
Okay, she declines. It is Australia.
I'm glad I did not.
They mostly go by your sort of projection toward the South Pole of the country that you're at. So Australia
see.
has a wide
Yeah.
southern border
Right,
with nothing
absolutely.
between them and Antarctica, so they have the largest.
sense.
Wow, that does
Interesting.
make sense.
Yeah. And Norway's in there because they have like an island that's really close to there that nobody lives on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you learned the whiskey.
I did learn something there.
All right. Last question in round 1. Question number 5. Microscopic 8-legged creatures known as tardigrades are one of the hardiest known animals, with individual species able to survive being frozen even in the extreme cold temperatures of outer space. Which one of the following is not a cute little nickname for these sturdy little dudes? Is it A, ice puppy, B, moss piglet, C, water bear, or D, none of the above? Ed,
I always choose none of the above.
none of the above is incorrect. Chick,
Water bear.
water bear? I'm sorry, water bear is actually a cute nickname for these little dudes.
Is it? No, I like the other ones better.
Marty, you don't have to, but you can. Ice puppy or moss piglet is not a cute little nickname.
Moss piglet.
Moss piglet? I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Ice puppy is the incorrect cute little nickname. They're called moss piglets and also water bears.
Water bears.
Yeah.
Now I need to look it up, see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, it's super strange.
Yeah, they're not very cute at all.
Not really.
They need a cute nickname.
I mean, they're kind of tubby.
Yeah,
they're
they
kind of
are.
tubby,
Yeah, they're little chubby little guys.
Little chubby
Yeah,
little
yeah.
guys. So at the end of round 1, Ed is leading with 100 points. Marty has 50, and Paula has 0.
Just being cautious.
Yeah, you're cautious.
Absolutely, I'd rather be 0 than negative.
Oh, so we're going to take a break and make up the next whiskey cocktail.
The strawberry lemonade frozen whiskey sour.
That's right. And we'll be right back.
right, so we're back from blending up the strawberry lemonade frozen whiskey sour. Once again, it contains rye, bullet rye, Scott.
Yep, bullet rye, 3 ounces.
Strawberries.
4 frozen strawberries. This is per drink.
Any shrubberies?
Shrubberies, no shrubberies.
All right, lemon juice.
An ounce.
And simple syrup.
Also an ounce.
All right.
And a cup of ice.
Right.
With a lemon wheel garnish.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a rich,
Gorgeous.
dark pink. Not quite red, but it's definitely a very, very heavy pink.
It's very mottled.
Right.
There's like
Right,
there's
and
chunks of strawberries
Right,
in there.
there's
and
beautiful flecks.
Heavy
It's-
pink was my dancer name in college.
Heavy pink to the stage. Heavy pink.
Dude looks like a lady.
I got this recipe from warehousedistillery.com.
Strawberries are very chewy.
Oh, yeah.
Like after you swallow, there's still some strawberries to hang out with.
I probably could have blended this a little longer to make it a little smoother. Mm-hmm. It's a little chunky. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's very refreshing.
It's
I do
the-
like the little flecks of strawberry. It just gives it
Yeah.
a nice burst.
It's a chunky strawberry lemonade frozen whiskey sour.
That's right. We'll rename it the chunky fresh
Stop it.
strawberry.
Right.
It's good.
Right.
It's good.
That was my dancer name.
I was going to say, chunky whiskey sour. Chunky sour was mine.
Sour.
That's Marty's name.
That's your name now, Ed.
Shade. Only about my mood.
Yeah. You guys like it?
I don't have an opinion yet.
All right.
I will say this. I need to drink some more.
I like it, but I like the first one better.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, but this is very refreshing. This reminds me more of a summer. I'm going to be out back, sitting by the pool.
So,
The other one I could drink anywhere.
I would drink the other one any day of the week. This one, I have to be super hot and have to be outside. Mm-hmm. Somehow, even though there's more whiskey in it, I'm getting less whiskey per sip.
Absolutely, I agree.
It might be more ice. I don't know. Because the strawberries were frozen too.
Yeah.
And a cup of ice.
I think the mass of, the frozen strawberry and the ice kind of blends the alcohol better.
I believe it's still fucking us up, but I'm just saying it's one of those ones like the jungle juice in college where you don't realize what's happening and then like you stand up and it's like you can't feel your legs.
So what you said there, where you don't really taste the alcohol, if you drink all of this, you are getting 3 ounces, and it's dangerous because you're like, I'll have another.
Right. In Scott's case, you're getting 3 ounces in a roofie. See you later, buddy.
Wow.
Staying over, Ed?
You know it. No, I think the problem is that we're inside drinking this because it's so frozen. It will defrost more outside. This is a pool drink from outside by the pool. This is fire.
I could open up the windows on the corner here, and then we get a nice summer breeze to go with the
Inferno.
cocktail.
It's like 68 in here right now.
And it's 88 outside. It's like 9 o'clock at night.
There's no
Totally
reason to
agree
drink
with
this drink inside at any point. It just isn't made to be drank inside. It's an outside drink.
that. No, but we're doing it.
We are. We do a lot of things for no reason. Watch.
Yeah, just wait.
Like, watch. Kiss my ass, Gabe. See?
Oh, poor Gabe.
I missed him.
I know.
Ed, why don't you throw a little coalition in this?
Yeah, you want to put coalition in this one?
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Try it with everything. See
See if I taste any whiskey. Oh my god, it did a weird thing. It made like a little portal.
Oh, like straight through?
Yeah, it's actually like came in and it made a little canister.
Whiskey wormhole.
Yeah, like a little literally a whiskey wormhole into the drink. It's kind of holding its own.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like I gotta stir it a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
get
ha-
your finger all in there.
It's
Yeah,
not happy about it. Right on.
yeah get that.
What she said. La 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 la.
Oh, my Jesus.
That was your husband, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel. Miss Rachel.
Wish you were here.
Once again,
Yeah, Paul was like, I wish you were here instead of me.
doesn't
No,
hurt.
no.
I don't know that it helps it. It doesn't hurt it. It gives me more whiskey, but then there's that weird finish again.
Yeah.
So I have this beautiful frozen cocktail, and then it's like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, I like it. I think I like it as much, but you're right. It's very situational. The Manhattan Slushie was really good. I would have just lowered the amount of orange juice in that one. For this one, I would have blended it longer with less ice.
Use the frozen fruit. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need as much ice, which is
That's true.
really
Yeah.
good. Gets creamier too.
Yeah, take that into account. Or use fresh strawberries with the same amount of ice, and it'll probably be creamy as well. Yeah.
Right, the first one is more of a true frozen cocktail.
Yes.
Whereas this is just a nice frozen beverage, because it's like the classic lemonade, strawberry lemonade.
It's got fruit in it.
Exactly. And I think, too, because it's a mellower flavor of the alcohol. And I think that's what makes it just more of a poolside cocktail.
I think the lemon and the strawberry are absolutely hiding the rye.
So I'm going to tell you right now, it's melted just a little bit because I've been holding it. It's getting a little better
Oh.
once it gets more liquid.
Okay.
I taste more bourbon now.
Oh, do you?
I do. Well, I'm at the bottom, so maybe.
I wonder if
it's all the.
I wonder if the frozen fruit floated a bit to the top of the glass.
possibly.
Because I was getting a lot of strawberry and fighting through that.
Maybe we should be drinking this with a straw.
I was about to say, where's the straw?
I don't have any.
Right, you need to have
Wow.
like the fancy little elongated
Yeah.
cocktail, glass.
Little umbrella.
Right?
You know, you can thank the turtles to why we don't have any straws.
If they wouldn't eat plastic, we'd be fine. Stupid animals. It's all your fault.
I mean, if I choked on turtle shell, would they kill all the turtles for me?
We're not killing you. They just no straw.
What if I was just too dumb to start eating turtles and choking on the shell because I didn't know any better? They're like, well, we got to save Ed's stupid ass. Let's get rid of the turtles. I'm just kidding. I don't want the turtles gone. Just calm down. But if you are mad at me, all emails, attention Scott, Whiskey Tangent, actually attention Gabe, Whiskey Tangent at gmail.com. Hashtag Pine Barrens.
That's right. That's like Pineys. Okay, so as we finish the rest of this huge cocktail, Marty's already done. Nice going.
Marty's going to get a cold headache.
Right. It's brain freeze. We're going to do round 2 of Quizkey. Woo. Oh, it says blank.
I know. I joined too fast. I forgot. I was like, oh, dang it.
All right, so Paula is blank. Ed is I miss Gabe. Very nice. Very nice. Apologizing for his random belligerence
Right.
on the
Blank
news
is my
last time.
score. There it is.
Marty? Marty can't think of one.
No.
His brain is empty.
How about the worker of wood?
No, there's no.
How about work my wood?
Oh, my God. Stop.
You're turning Marty on. Stop it.
Stop
Jeez,
it.
now I want to go back and change my name. Good Lord, people.
I got a good one. I got a good one. There it is.
Marty has signed in as Marty.
All right. Wow.
So, round 2, frozen cocktails is the category. Points are doubled. For a first chime-in correct answer, you get 200 points. For a second chime-in correct answer, you get 100 points. For a third chime-in correct answer, you get 50 points. But if you get it wrong, you get negative 50 points. Ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. As I mentioned earlier in the blended cocktails history, the pina colada was created in Puerto Rico in the 1950s, specifically in a hotel bar in San Juan by bartender Ramon Monchito Marrero, who felt the drink captured the true nature of his country. What hotel chain did Marrero work for? A. Hilton, B. Hyatt, C. Marriott, or D. La Quinta? Ed.
Hilton.
That is correct.
Only because I know they were huge in the 50s.
Yeah, very good. Ed gets 200 points.
Face Marty.
Question number 2. Another classic cocktail that's often blended with ice to make a slushy treat is the daiquiri, which can be described as this liquor's version of the whiskey sour. Is it A, brandy, B, cognac, C, rum, or D, tequila? Ed.
Rum.
Rum is the correct answer. And Ed gets another 200 points.
Marty, can you hear me? And if you were here, Gabe, I'd be beating you too.
Oh.
And your little dog Toto.
Physically, you'll be beating him?
I mean, in the
Smacking
game.
him?
The dog I might be smacking around. I'm just kidding. I love animals. Stop it. It's a
Wow,
joke.
first turtles and now puppies?
Oh, man.
Puppies and turtles and turtles and puppies.
All right, question number 3. This tiki-adjacent cocktail, which dates back to the 1960s and contains gin, lemon juice, passion fruit syrup, falernum, and orgeat, is named after a rocket, but also a planet whose color it resembles. Is it A, Jupiter, B, Neptune, C, Saturn, or D, Uranus? Marty.
Jupiter.
Jupiter is incorrect. Paula. B, Neptune. That is also incorrect.
It's a Saturn rocket, Scott.
It is the Saturn rocket. That is the
rocket.
correct
I should've thought of
answer.
that.
And Ed gets 50 points. Question number 4. The chilled mainstay of cheesy Mexican restaurants everywhere, the margarita, is a simple drink requiring just 3 ingredients: tequila, lime juice, and triple sec, the latter of which often is switched out in favor of either Cointreau or Grand Marnier. Which of the following statements about these 2 orange-flavored liqueurs is true? A, Grand Marnier is a triple sec, but Cointreau is not. B, Cointreau is a triple sec, but Grand Marnier is not. C, both are triple sec. D, neither are triple sec. Ed.
Neither are.
That is incorrect. Marty.
Cointreau is a triple sec, but Grand Marnier is not.
That was B, and that is the correct answer.
Thank you.
Grand Marnier has cognac in it,
That's why it's so good.
but also triple sec. It's just not only a triple sec. Paul, are you still around? You're
I
still
am.
okay?
Let me just buzz in, but I'm not answering.
Okay. Question number
I'm
five.
being educated right now, guys. Thank you. I appreciate the education. While I'm drinking my frozen beverage.
Marty, by the way, you got 100 points for that one.
I'm getting a little buzzed off this one, by the way. The first 2 ounces, now we're up to 5 ounces of whiskey right now. I'm almost done this one. So I'm starting to enjoy the game more, Scott. You're all beautiful people. And if I haven't told you enough, I love you all. I love all of you.
That's why the intro to our podcast says listener intoxication is advised.
Oh, yeah, we're a lot funnier if you drink.
Yes. All right. So
And so am I.
Yeah, it's question number 5, the last question in round 2. One of the newest frozen cocktails created only during the past decade is called the Frosé, obviously consisting of rosé wine and ice, but also lemon juice and what bitter Italian liqueur? Is it A, Aperol, B, Averna, C, Campari, or D, Cynar? Marty.
Aperol.
Aperol is the correct answer.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Good one, Marty.
Aperol spritzes, man. They're the thing.
Yeah.
They're the thing nowadays.
That's right. And you get 200 points. Woo. All right. So at the end of round 2, we have Ed with 450, Marty with 300, and Paul is
Still not negative. Still not negative.
Still not negative.
Again, I'm being educated. Thank
I can't
you
believe he
all.
got this close to me. He had nothing like.
Well done,
irritating.
Marty.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm taking the gloves off for the last round.
All right, here we go. All right, so then we will take a break and come back with the round 3 cocktail, the High on the Hog with bacon.
And we're back. I'm so excited to try this round 3 cocktail, and Ed's going to tell you about it.
Thank you, Paula. High on the Hog is the name of it. It's a maple finished bourbon, ginger ale, dry vermouth, maple syrup, garnished with a nice crispy piece of bacon.
I used 2.5 ounces of Smuggler's Notch maple flavored whiskey.
From Vermont.
From Vermont, yeah. Half an ounce of dry vermouth and 6 ounces of ginger ale and the crispy bacon strip garnish.
And it has maple syrup in it as well?
The original recipe did not, but I had some anyway, so I put a 1/4 ounce of maple syrup.
Was that yours or the Smuggler Bay?
It was the Smuggler's Notch.
a Smuggler's Notch.
Yeah, Notch.
Yeah.
Bacon's like your little stir. It's awesome.
Yes.
A random shout out my friends Corky and Kat for providing the Vermont maple finished bourbon and the maple syrup for us when they were in Vermont skiing, I think 2 years ago.
Very nice. Thank you.
We're finally using it.
Yeah, we're finally using it.
Is this thick cut?
It is thick cut.
Okay.
Thank you,
Good
Marty.
to know. Good to know.
That was my stripper
Scott's
name.
dance name.
Thick cut to the stage. Thick cut. Poor Paula. She's outnumbered. Okay, this is really strange because what you smell is bacon, but what you taste is maple syrup. It's not an altogether unpleasant experience.
No, it's pretty good.
But I'm going to take the
Ooh.
bacon out and drink it.
I like it better than the second one already. Take the bacon out, and by that, I mean I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it out yet. I'm letting it work a little bit of magic in it.
Yeah, because I was getting too much of it on the smell, so I just took it out to drink, and then I put it back.
I think we should tell people when you go to take a sip, the bacon falls and hits you on your nose. It happened twice. Like the bacon is literally sitting on the bridge of my nose while I'm drinking.
Smell me. Smell me.
Smell me, smell me. I want you to smell me. Sorry.
You're definitely holding your cocktail wrong.
You're holding your cocktail wrong.
Well, you're so married, or I would say, why don't you show me, Aaliyah?
Right, if you were Leah, that's what he would have
If you're
said.
Aaliyah, I'd be like, why don't you show me how to hold my cocktail correctly? But since you're you, I'm like, oh, thank you. That reminded me.
I'll take that under advisement. Thank you very much. Pinky extended? Exactly. Oh,
Think
yeah.
extended?
Or
Oh my
not.
God. I'm sorry. This is way better than the second one. This is delicious.
Reminds me of the first one. It tastes like a frozen
Yeah.
cocktail, not a
Yeah, this
fruit
is
drink.
amazing. I want the
Really
recipe for
good.
this one too.
Okay, yeah. I'm not really sure what the dry vermouth is doing in here. But
I
guess
think it's helping tamper down some of the sweetness. Because my God, there's so much sweet.
I was just going to say maybe it's because it has a little bit of
the ginger ale is
bitterness to it.
sweet, and maple syrup is ridiculously sweet.
Yeah, so is bourbon.
Right?
I don't even know if you need the bacon. I mean, it's definitely definitely plus,
Yeah.
but you don't need it.
It might add some saltiness. I'm going to eat the bacon right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's good without it.
Yeah, I'm going to have a chew on the bacon there. Frozen bacon. Yeah, that's not bad.
I've never not enjoyed bacon.
No, bacon is good in all its forms.
The only time bacon sucks is when you go to a place they try to give you like bacon bits on a potato or something. Like, come on, dude. Like, either use real bacon or step back.
Right.
Bacon.
The bacon is like the little hard bacon flavored nuggets.
Right. And especially since now, like, so many companies are making authentic real bacon bits.
Yeah.
Word to the wise.
Right. We have a lot more options. It's pretty good. I like it.
Really good.
The whole name High on the Hog, though, it's because of the bacon strip. So, like, if you don't have it, then the name doesn't make any sense after that.
I mean, the drink itself is very good.
It's surprisingly good. Like I said, the second drink was great, but I need to be hot. This one I can drink any day of the week. Just hand it to me. I'm there.
You are hot, Ed.
Thanks, man. Damn. That's so sweet, bro.
Get a room. Jesus Christ.
My brother's house was hot today. I was getting like underboob sweat just sitting there trying to eat a chicken cutlet.
That is such a visual.
He keeps his fucking house so hot. It's like 1980. I don't know how I grew up in a house without air conditioning. I really don't.
I know. We're really spoiled.
Because I was sitting there today. His house was like 76, 70. I'm like, dude, like, you have central air. Use it. I remember not having central air, but we had a split level. And what that meant was half the downstairs was covered in earth.
Right.
And then you could walk out the back sliding door onto the patio, but it was always
very cool.
15 degrees cooler than the rest of the house.
Yeah.
So this time of the year, we would be sleeping downstairs on the floor there. And then when I was 18, my dad got a window unit for his bedroom. Like, talk about patriarchal hierarchy bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I'm the king of this household.
right.
I get the coolness.
I would sneak in and sleep at the floor of his bed with like my pillow.
Yeah, your dad's exactly my dad.
yeah.
Like, they would get the only fan. They wouldn't buy other fans.
You had a fan?
Yeah, we had a box fan.
Box fan. See,
So-
we didn't have a box fan.
I didn't have that until later on.
Only my parents did.
My parents
Bastard.
still do not even have air conditioning in their
Really?
whole house.
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
they
Oh,
put
my goodness.
a window unit in their living room, and they have them up in their bedrooms. But the rest of the house is
Right. Well,
Wow.
I had an old house. Scott knows that he was there. I had window units
yeah,
because
yeah.
there was no central. There was no ducts. It was an
Right.
1850 house.
right. Absolutely.
But I had a giant one in the living room, a giant one in the front room, and each bedroom had one. So we were fine.
Yeah.
When you opened all the doors, it was fine. But I'll tell you something else. You want to hear fucked up? The Egyptians. I know you always see videos of like people fanning a king or queen with giant fans, which is true. But in the summer when mosquitoes and bugs were a problem, they would have slaves coated in honey so that the bugs would go to them and leave the king and queen alone. And they would have to stand on the edges of where the king and queen were. You think I'm lying. I'm not lying. That's
Brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
if you wonder what it's like to really be a swell, that's what it means.
Wow.
So if you think everybody in America and the world, since we're global, 92 countries, if you think your life is tough, you could have been an Egyptian slave covered in honey.
That's right.
Which is why covered in honey has never been a dancer name for me.
That was Paulus. Paulus.
Paula was
No,
never a
Paulus. No.
dancer.
Oh, sorry.
Now you have to cut it, or else we're going to get sued by her husband.
he doesn't.
Not just him. Nobody listens to you, but him especially doesn't listen to you. But Aaliyah's laughing.
That's true. Wherever she is,
Right.
Aaliyah's laughing. Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for round 3 Quizkey?
Yes.
Chick is back,
Absolutely.
and NT is back.
Did you get my name?
Yeah, Aaliyah's birthday present.
Correct. This is really good.
Yeah, you're liking this because it is melting now, and now it tastes like a regular cocktail.
Getting sweeter, though, as it melts.
It is getting sweeter.
Right. So I may be a little less syrup. So how much did you add of that?
Just a quarter ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need it.
I like it.
Maybe just a dash of bitters.
To balance it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Or 3 ounces of Capari, you jackass.
Aperol. Aperol's in now.
Or
Yeah.
Aperol. That's
Yeah.
right.
Wrap around. Go ahead.
What?
Rapperol.
Aperol.
All right, so
Wrap her up.
I'll take it.
Wrap it up. Just trying to get with you now, baby.
I don't got to do now, baby.
Okay.
All right. Category is frozen whiskey.
All right.
Points are tripled. 300 points for a first chime-in correct answer. Second chime-in correct answer, 150. 75 points for a third chime-in correct answer, or if you get it wrong, negative 75.
How many questions do we have?
Only 3.
Okay.
Question number 1. Whiskeys of certain proof levels, whose temperature is lower to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, will cause various esters, proteins, and fatty acids to precipitate out of solution, causing it to become cloudy. What is the proof threshold above which this phenomenon does not occur? Is it A, 90 proof, B, 94 proof, C, 98 proof, or D, 102 proof? Paula.
98 proof.
98 proof is incorrect. Leah's birthday present
102, please.
is also incorrect. Marty, that means you have 90 or 94, but you don't have to answer.
Answer, Marty.
I
Go
will
ahead.
not answer.
You will not answer. You will decline.
And now,
Decline to answer.
now playing the role of Gabe's little bitch.
The answer is 94 proof.
Oh, see, I would not have said that. I would have said 90.
I was going to say that, but playing it safe. Playing it safe.
94 proof. Okay, so no points awarded or subtracted in that question. Question number 2. Chill filtration, which is the practice of cooling whiskey and screening out the compounds described in the previous question, is controversial because people say it removes too much flavor, which is why many whiskey bottles will bear the phrase non-chill filtered.
Yeah.
Which of the following whiskeys still use chill filtration? Is it A, Michter's, B, Elijah Craig, C, Johnny Walker, or D, all of the above? Aaliyah's birthday present.
All the above do.
All of the above do.
Wow,
That is the
nice.
correct answer. And if you paid attention to the proof level in the previous question, and you know the proof levels of those whiskeys,
They're all
you know that
94.
they're all 94 or below.
Yep.
Yeah. Last question. Wait, Ed got
Go, Marty. You need this one, Marty.
I do.
300 points.
Marty needs this one like I need a treadmill. Let's go.
Ken Jennings just going to buzz in.
We got to get Paul on the board.
I'm trying.
I know. Ready? Question number 3. Whiskey will never freeze in a conventional household freezer because temperatures don't get much colder than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but whiskey can freeze if exposed to temperatures much, much lower. However, it's highly dependent on proof. So what is the temperature at which a 100 proof whiskey will freeze? These are all Fahrenheit. A, negative 125, B, negative 150, C, negative 175, or D, negative 200. Ed.
I think it's negative 125, Scott.
Negative 125 is incorrect. Marty.
Can you repeat?
Yeah.
I took one away, Marty. You got 3 now.
I know.
Yep.
150, 175, or 200.
200.
200 is also incorrect.
Paul, you got to take a shot here.
Paula? 150 or 175?
175.
That's the correct answer!
Hey!
Nice.
Good
Nice.
going. And Paula is on the board with 75 points.
I'll take it.
That is exciting. I'm so excited about that.
Because we might cancel each other out. You might end up winning because that's how Rachel won when she
Yep,
was.
yep.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so at the end of round 3, Ed is winning with
2 million. No.
850.
It's one of my better quiz keys. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Marty has 350, and Paula has 75.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to bet enough that if you're right, you'll win.
Yeah.
It's no fun not betting at all.
it's-
I'm betting it
Not
all.
a runaway.
Right.
Except 75 so I can tie Paula.
Excellent.
Oh my God! Right, so she can't just sneak into it. You know,
Right.
At least a tie.
Right.
That's right. Okay, so then we will be back for the final round, cocktail, and then quiz key, and then we'll close the shit show out.
All right. Final round.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to be doing the final round of the frozen cocktails. Take it away, Scott.
All right, so we are making the Divine Oreo Chocolate Bourbon Shake. This is my creation, but I took inspiration from a similar recipe at boozedancing.com. And somehow it came out less a shake than more of like a chocolate milk, but it'll be boozy and who cares. So per serving, it's 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve bourbon, 2 ounces of half and half, not Marty and Paula, 3 scoops of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, and 2 Oreos with an Oreo garnish, but it's not thick enough to garnish, so we're just going to dunk the Oreo.
Yeah, dunk
in
it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to taste it. Oh, yeah. This reminds me of...
Like a Bailey's thing. Like,
Yeah. This actually reminds me of... guys ever go to Fat Tuesdays?
yes, with you, actually.
Yeah, so it's like a New Orleans sort of inspired bar, and they have slushy drinks and all different kinds of flavors. And the favorite one that I would go to was their chocolate shake. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but they're all frozen drinks and they're all alcoholic. Fun place to go, but you don't really want to go 2 or 3 times. Although there was a place on Bourbon Street in New Orleans that I went to, and they're like, do you want a double? And we're like, what's a double? Is it double size or double alcohol? She's like, oh, double alcohol. And we're like, well, then yes, we want a double.
Yes, please.
It's really good.
It is really good. The alcohol isn't all that noticeable. It's there, but it's not super boozy.
No, because, I mean, you got a lot of cream coming in here. You know what I mean?
There's just as much half and half as there is bourbon.
Right.
Oh, okay. You can taste the bourbon more when you eat the cookie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
I
taste
did
a
that
lot of
first.
bourbon.
That was the first thing I did. I was like, dunk away, delish.
Oh my God, that's so good. That's the best thing I've
I
had
need
tonight.
another cookie.
You want another cookie?
Yes, cookie.
There's one right there.
Really good.
Yeah, I love this. I love it.
My God, it's like such a treat.
Kind of reminds me of my dad makes his own Irish cream.
Oh, does he?
Well, he did. He doesn't anymore, but yeah, because it was always boozier when he made it, and it's kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly add more ice cream to this to make it creamier. You could add more bourbon to make it boozier. You could add more cocoa powder to make it chocolate, or use different kinds of ice cream, different kinds of cookies. This is a very versatile, universal, delicious recipe. Now you're getting more
Any
cookies.
Oreos left?
Here,
I'm good.
toss me a cookie.
I gotta tell you, dipping an Oreo in this is special.
Because the bourbon really comes out when you... I guess maybe it's the dark chocolate that brings it out. I don't know. We're all like chewing on air.
What you in there? Wow.
It's just spectacular.
They should make
God.
bourbon. They should make bourbon Oreos.
Oh
as
my
well.
God.
Oh
You're
my
right.
God.
Right. They've made every other goddamn flavor. Holy crap, if they beat that horse to death. Orange cream, Irish cream, chocolate, white chocolate,
Woodford Reserve.
Woodford Reserve flavor.
Oh, so good.
Oh, we're making another one of these when we're done.
Okay. All right, everyone ready for the final round of Quizkey? All right, so this is the final round of Frozen Whiskey Cocktails Quizkey, and you bet your points Jeopardy style. The category is the Disney movie Frozen.
Let it go, let it go.
Please text me the number of points you're betting, and I will tell you how many points you have. Ed, you have 850. Marty, you have 350. Paula, you have 75. You can bet up to how many points you have, if you wish. I have Ed's and Marty's, and also Paula's. All right, so the question is... The 2013 Disney musical movie Frozen is an adaptation of what classic fairy tale written by the Danish author Hans Christian Andersen? Is it A, the Snow Queen, B, the Ice Princess, C, the Cold Countess, or D, the Frigid Fraulein? Please text me your answer. Marty and Paula are both in. And Ed is in as well. So here we go. We will start with Paula, who has 75 points. Paula said A, the Snow Queen. That is the correct answer.
Fuck me.
Paula bet 50 points and ends the contest with 125. Ed is surly, so we're going to go to Marty first. Marty, you said B, the Ice Princess, which
makes sense.
which
Yes,
already
it does. I
know
agree.
is incorrect.
Scott's wrong.
Marty bet all of his 350 points and ends up with 0. And now it comes down to Ed. With 850. He did not have to bet all of his points. He could have rested on his laurels, but that's not Ed's way.
No way.
That's right. So Ed,
Go big or go home, Scott.
his answer was B, the Ice Princess. Which
makes sense.
Incorrect, but let's see what he bet. He bet 700 points, which means he ends up with 150 points and just ekes out a win over Paula by 25 points.
I was going to double it, but I was like, no, don't double it just in case.
A backdoor victory for Ed.
Dang it.
Sorry, Paula, you were so close.
So close.
So she got one right. She had no business winning this,
I was being educated.
but she did great.
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
to review real quick.
Yeah.
Round one, I was going to call the Marty Slushie, but no.
Well, he did like it.
The Manhattan Slushie with rye, orange juice, sweet vermouth, cherry liqueur, and orange bitters
A win overall.
was outstanding.
Yeah.
The strawberry lemonade frozen whiskey sour was good, but only on a hot day, according to Ed.
Yeah, that's correct.
The higher the hog, you can drink any damn day of the week, any time of day. I say start the morning with it.
You don't need the bacon, but
No.
you do the bacon.
Yeah,
Bacon
but-
on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Stop it. Candied. Even
Yeah,
better.
candy bacon dipping. Oh, no, or the candy bacon we used to have at the local when it was good.
Right?
Oh, damn.
Shade.
Yeah. So, the Divine Oreo Bourbon Shake, bourbon, vanilla ice cream, half and half, cocoa powder, and Oreos. I mean, if you just want to have dessert and get a buzz while you're doing it, you can't go wrong.
That's right.
So I want to thank Scott for all his hard work. He worked very hard preparing these drinks for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a big prep episode.
We would like to thank the half and half for being here. Paula and Marty, you made it excellent and outstanding. Such a nice mix of people.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
It should be pointed out that we're all friends because of the local lounge that we belong to.
Yep.
That's a byproduct of being there. Besides all the great whiskey and having a locker, it's the people we meet. And so many of them have appeared on this podcast. If you talk about Callum and you talk about Anders and you talk about, of course, Marty and Rachel and Aaliyah and Paula
Doug
and Doug
yeah.
and
Kayla.
Kayla hasn't been on yet, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll try to get her on. Sure.
All right.
We'll get her on someday. Sure. I think a Kayla Anders episode would be interesting.
Yeah.
The older the new.
Yeah, that's right. It was great.
But anyway, if you're going to only do one, do the Manhattan because it's such an interesting twist on a classic cocktail. I was ready to hate it, and it's actually very good.
What's really cool about this is the 4 that we just chose at random. I had a bunch, and Ed and I talked about which ones we wanted to do, and these are the 4 we picked. And these are just random, and they all were really good.
Yeah.
So if there's a recipe out there that somebody took the time to test and put out there on the internet, it's probably going to be pretty good.
Right.
We talked about off air the small tweaks that you could make with each one, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah.
And going forward, we might tweak these, but that's our prerogative. We can have fun.
Exactly.
It's America. You can do what you want. But anyway, so for the Whiskey Tangent podcast, get some slushy cocktails, yo. I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
Paula.
I'm Marty.
Cheers, everybody. Stay cool wherever you are.
All right. Later.